All right, guys. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome, 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 welcome. So there's a conversation that I want us to have, and this is about a girl I saw online on Instagram, and this girl said she went to her guy's house, and apparently the guy was in mourning. He just lost his dad, and and before you know it, the guy wanted to bench her. So she now said that she deleted his number, blah, 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 blah. That even if she wanted to start a relationship with him, that is not how they will start the relationship. So I wanted us to have this conversation since this is a night session. One of the biggest differences between men and women is that women don't understand men. Men are wired differently. And the answer, I'm sure, from most camps will be that, well, not all men are wired like that, which does make sense. It's not every single man that will behave in a certain way. The burial bench, yes. It's not every man that will behave in a certain way. But as a man, I can understand, I can connect myself to scenarios that women can never understand. And this is one of such scenarios. Like I said, this is one of such scenarios that people might not understand, but we guys understand. Sorry, guys, 1 second. There's something I need to do and I don't want to forget it. Share video, copy link. Yeah. So the way men think is often different from the way women think. Women do not understand men, and women always try to rationalize men according to their own perceptions and understandings, which is unfair. You understand? Yes, men also employ the same metrics they used to judge themselves on women, and I also find that unfair too. If you want to understand a woman, you have to be a woman. And if you want to understand a man, you have to be a man. Um, So this guy lost his dad. His father just passed away. And the girl went to see him. And it does him wanting to bench the girl does not mean that he doesn't love his father. It does not mean that he doesn't love his father. It just means that, John, we're looking for you during the Obi debate. We needed somebody for Obi, and all the people that were coming could not talk. That day I find you. I even call you. So, a man who lost his father and still wants to bench. No. So you need to understand that not all men are like that too. Some men are more connected to their emotions. Some men are more connected to pride. I'll give you an example. You get some men where if you offend them, they're not go chop your food. Then you get men where they effeminate. They are more in touch with their feminine character or their feminine traits. Maybe they were raised by their mothers, or they had one boy among 6 sisters who had aunties around, or had uncles but couldn't blend with them, instead blended with his sisters. So some men where they proud, if he decide, say, you know what, bench is for bench, morning is for morning, I'm not going to join the two. And it's also a good trait, because those kind of men no go sleep with woman for their office. Nobody say they no go sleep with woman. No. They no go just do one for office. They no go knock house girl for house. They no go knock neighbor for estate. You understand? And those kind of men are men who have, I don't want to know whether that pride is what to call it. Somebody say pride goes before a fall. Why people have no redemption? Somebody say pride goes before a fall. I don't know whether that pride to call them, or they class their self. I don't know the right English to use, but you get guys where no go think of bench as their papa just buy. But you get guys, sorry, when you outside, I just the rain just they touch me. But you get guys where fit disconnect that thing they are going through. It's not necessarily a good trait. It it means that those guys, if their wife friend throw to them, they go bench them. If their wife cousin throw to them, or situation present itself and they find themselves alone with their wife's cousin, they go arrange them. Or house girl we don't work for them. So you need to understand that it doesn't make a man good, or it doesn't make a man bad. It just makes that man, someone said, that's taking advantage. Me, I don't like benching at work. Of course, as a preacher of the word of God, I do not support premarital benching unless it is between a couple that want to marry. I don't know how to put it. A mutually exclusive event. It's very tough. I don't want to place the restrictions Pentecostal place and say, until you marry you cannot bench. I don't believe in that nonsense. Person where you want marry, I don't do all the rights. Why can't you bench? But if I were in the world, let me put it this way, I would not want to bench inside my vicinity. For instance, Imagine say you the bench house girl, your wife and house girl can't get fights. It did messy. Now, when you have no value for the woman, for instance, your relationship, your wife disrespects you, your wife doesn't care for you, you understand, and you have a fine house girl that is willing for half the price, in fact, 2% of the price, I won't give you a go ahead, but I understand your problem because I don't date relationship before. We everything was just rough. I can't get one fine neighbor where they always compliment me. They always, you understand, Baba, which day? Because when you dey inside compound, it dey very easy. If they look for you, if you just say you go clean motor or you go pick something for motor, you understand. They always, the excuses they always plumb. So in a good relationship where you love your wife or the woman you are with, whether it's your girlfriend or your fiance, and you are staying together and you love her and respect her and she loves you and respects you. Of course, when I go, they get small quarrel here and there. You wouldn't want, say you even useless, you want the bench outside, you want the cheat. You go do am far because you are concerned about how it will affect your wife's feelings or your girlfriend's feelings. But when the person where you deal with you not get any respect for him, born out of mutual disrespect. You know, in this life, there's mutual respect and there's mutual disrespect. I say this all the time. Just the way your parents raise you, you're also supposed to raise your parents. Because all those parents will go outside, go look another man picking, say, why is your dress so short? That one can cause harm. Now, parent we in picking no trainer for house. Say that kind of behavior they know they do harm. When you go outside, you respect other people's children. You might be older, but they will disrespect you and nothing if you do. And if you slap and the picking will slap you back. All this Gen Z, you slap Gen Z. Gen Z go slap you back. Oh. And if CCTV, and if the Gen Z are babe and you be man. Because I don't see for restaurants, I go in one day, even me, I want talk, waiting that Gen Z when a nonsense. But I respect myself because I get home training. I saw one man go talk, say, why are you dressed like this? Don't you have home training? And I don't answer, I'm saying, excuse me? Who gave you the right to comment on my dressing? Why are you a mannerless old man? Are you talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you. I will slap you. They born you well, they're not born you well to slap me. I will slap you. Baba, I turn seriously, waiting concern. Why? And before you know, Gen Z don't begin to shout, don't begin to shout. At the end of the day, everybody tell the Papa, say, Baba, you too. Waiting concern you. Now you're picking. So there's mutual respect and there's mutual disrespect. When you're in a relationship where there's mutual disrespect, when I no respect on ourselves, anything goes. But let me warn you, when you they do things close to house, they bring disrespect for man and for woman. They bring disrespect. So me, I may be wrong, but that girl feeling that the guy should not have asked her for bench because his father just died. I feel the girl misinterpreted the situation by analyzing it from a female only perspective. Those are my thoughts. Someone said, I don't think so. They will stand their ground. Remember, your children are watching. So, let me see if I can bring a couple of people onto this conversation. Boya Wale, Mo pe Wale máa like irú ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Ọ̀fùrẹ́. Mo pe Ọ̀fùrẹ́ máa wá. Jumoke. I know say Wale go like this kind of topic, and I know say na expert for this kind of topic too.
Yeah, waiting I won't talk yesterday, you don't bring me.
Baba, that yesterday no vex. By the time you came in, the phone don't die. I'd been on it for a minute.
Okay, so life. About those ladies of we want to change American visa for Nigeria 3 months. So 3 months, but it's single entry. Something like that. DF.
Offrey, I was calling you in the afternoon. Where were you?
You know what? I always put my earbuds. Okay. For not more than 3 months. Because Nigeria was fine in Balance. Minutes, please.
Sorry, what did you say?
I think it's okay if Nigeria is doing that. Bigger. But Maria later, Jem Malolek.
Tani Bengal.
Homeboy, many. Oh, don't what I think you saw one of your posts about the visa.
Yeah.
So that yesterday, DFA. Me, I may not be a political analyst, but I definitely know governance. Because if we're gonna go by,
I don't want us to do politics. I don't want us to do politics in the night, especially for our women.
Okay, let's face this one.
Because once you kickstart the politics, John will come, then our women will be lost.
They will be, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
But tomorrow we can do politics.
Yeah, we need to, because I have a lot to say.
We will do it again. We will do it again. I will talk to Bongoli. I will talk to Sheyi Law, Femi Aderogba, and hopefully John will be around too. Because those kind of places, they need John for those kind of things. So go ahead. What are your thoughts, brother? You know the story they talk about, that story of that girl where say her friend Papa Kpai, she can't go visit him to console him. Now that one come bring it. Now one come bring Bola home.
I really, I have a life experience of this, right?
Hero.
So, yeah. But don't be my Baba, no, I mean, my Baba the America, then if I just live Nigeria. But this one, now my wife, Papa Kpai. And at that time, we they stay different. So, like for morning, she just called me for like, midday, around 6 p.m. Say they just give her news saying, Papa, this, that. They're waiting, I go do. And that time, I still boyfriend, girlfriend thing. I just finished up for my work. I just fire down. So, normally, if she did grieve, I don't think there's a better way to console someone. This is a loss you cannot really. What are you gonna tell them? But we're there holding hands, just take it easy. But at the end of it all, I see guys the last deal thing, which I didn't think it was out of what do you say? Say whether she did hurt or anything. I just feel like when we see people we like, we move towards them. It's as simple as that. Whether it was somebody was hurting or somebody is not so happy or they are not feeling well, long as it's someone you want and you like, we move. And if it's, the feeling is mutual, so be it. We do what we do. So I don't see anything really wrong in it. I saw the video. I just laughed because they say, I said, no, but it's nothing though. For me, and that's what she said.
Hey, Baba, if you don't understand Yoruba, go learn Yoruba sweet. She knows this kind of bad character within your hand.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't think so. DFN, there is this funny thing about humans in general. I'm just going to digress a little. So when I lost my grandmom, I went to pick the one that I call grandmother now. She was living in Nidiaraba. I drove from Victoria Island to pick her up. Got to her house. We usually buy suya in Nidiaraba around the house. I even said I want suya. Yeah, Diaraba. She said no problem. Got suya for me. We drove all the way back to Victoria Island. Nothing happened. No cry, no nothing. As soon as she opened the gate to the house like this, she just took her gele, jumped up and started crying. I said, what? You know, somebody who's been talking all the way from India all the way to Kiwalo Afagbe. So I think some of these things are antics. The feeling of loss is like hunger. It's like every other feeling. Something else can come out across, along and take it away. So I don't think because somebody is grieving, I mean, you can't stop any other activity now because somebody's grieving. Maybe me, and I'm not being insensitive, I'm being real. Consider all that somebody who did not cry for about 1 hour of drive. I just got to the place and I jumped up and started throwing gele. It's just sheer antics of Yoruba people or maybe Nigerians.
Daddy, first, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay. I feel like, the way men are wired and the way women are wired is different. Women are so emotional and men are being logical. So, can we say that lady, the way she was dressed, firstly, her boobs were out,
Her
you know,
chest. Just be
yeah,
careful, please.
it was pumping out, and men, they like what they see, they're attracted with what they see. So that's a point. Another point, maybe the guy has been, looking for ways to, get her, and that was the only opportunity he has. So, grieve or no grieve, he's trying to, make do of that opportunity. You understand? So, the popsy that the popsy pie, is that men are wired, they are being logical, they like to take advantage of make do of something that they have now, because they might not see you anymore, so I just picture it that way. After the you continue grieving, you understand? You don't stop him from grieving. Just want to, want to pull out, or you want to have that fun at that moment. And, the girl is there, you want to take advantage of that moment, And after that moment, grieving will continue. So the lady is so emotional and she's like calculating, why would this guy do this? Your father is just spy and you are all over me, So that's women are emotions. They can't control it. That's how they think. So that's what I have to say.
All right, Ofri, your thoughts. You are muted, I think.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I joined late, and but I watched
The
it on
lady's
social
video.
media.
Yes.
Yes, and what I could gather is that I think she wasn't expecting that, right? And she went there to just offer her condolence, and then it just went from 0 to 1,000.
Yeah,
So
but you
I
see,
think
sorry to say this, but I try to tell women this all the time, and women always argue. I try to tell them that you can't have male friends. That your male friends are just regular guys on a queue waiting for you to lose guard.
Absolutely.
But women, because maybe women are capable of having male friends without any strings attached. Once a woman friend zones you, she has friend zoned you, you are her friend. Men, on the other hand, we sleep with their friend's wife if situation permits.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And
yeah, even okay.
Yep.
in Islam, a once a boy turns 10, he can't go into his mother's room again. He
Yep.
can't go into his sister's room again.
Yep.
Why? Is it because normally a boy want to go and sleep with his mother or want to go and sleep with his sister? No. But because at the way a man is wired, until a man is able to control himself and understand himself, he can fall for even in his siblings. His brain is not, he has to train that, okay, this one they know they do him, this one it takes a while. You understand? There was a story when we're in Ibadan. The father was a doctor like my dad, and he got a job in Saudi Arabia. So the mom was a businesswoman. The mom was a businesswoman, now went to America and then won visa lottery. So that the mom was now in America for 6 months trying to process the green card for the visa lottery, while the father was in Saudi Arabia. They now left the 2 children at home alone in secondary school.
Oh my God.
The boy giving sister Beleo.
It happens.
Do you understand what I'm telling you? He giving sister Bele. Of course, the boy is not going to look at his sister and say, now who in Wan Gbensh with this?
Yeah. Incest.
But when there are no boundaries and no control and they just put stupid, it happened to many families. Some people, of course, were able to control themselves, but not be everybody get that ability to control themselves, and doesn't make a guy bad because you went to visit him and then he threw to you. I don't know how to explain it.
Now the phrase, are you saying men don't have self-control?
Human beings don't have self-control.
Human beings?
Human beings generally don't have self-control. Let me tell you something. You have self-control because you have not found that thing that you are looking for. The moment you find it, even you as a woman will struggle with self-control. Now, when it comes to self-control, men are 10 times worse than women. Men have no self-control. There was one former politician under Obasanjo. He impregnated his friend's wife. High up there politician. He impregnated his friend's wife. Men having self-control is an illusion. Men don't have any man that tells you he has self-control, maybe because he has low libido. A normal man with not high libido, normal libido, struggles with self-control. So he tries not to put himself, as I did like this. See, as you did like this offering, if me and you are alone on a rainy day in an enclosed place, just me and you, problem will happen. Problem. So what men do is they protect themselves from situations. I will make sure that if I find a woman remotely attractive, I don't look at before say, this girl fine. No, I don't look at before say, I like her curve. Oh, I like her height. Oh. I will not allow myself to be somewhere alone with her. Driving home, let me give you an example. We are in the club. You don't do me before. Girl, where I don't look before, say this girl fine. Baba, I can't say, she can't tell me, say, we don't stay far from each other. So she was like, we don't drink. Normal club, everybody don't have 4 or 5 drinks. Drive me home. And we did drive home together. We can't day inside Gusto. There was now very bad traffic. This was like 1 a.m. in the night. Everything where she come, they talk, she they laugh, they talk, they gist with me. it just they do me like say, if I kiss this girl, wetin go happen? Baba, that day I fought myself. Because guess what? If I kiss her for just be, oh, why are you doing this? I'll blame it on the alcohol. You get what I tell you? So I had to now fight myself to make sure I shall struggle till I go home. Now we're in a car in traffic. What wants to happen? Imagine as I dropped her at home that day, she now say, come upstairs a little. Where are you rushing to? I say, no, I'm going to my house. You get one girl where I date for London. How did it start? I found this girl attractive. We're in a club, in an event, sorry. And she was just vibing with me, oh, Nigerian guy. She was very sexy, not too facially fine, but very sexy. And we're having a very nice conversation. I now got out. She now said, let me drop you off home. You know, when women enter inside car, if their skirt reach knee normally, once they sit down, the skirt will go up. So this was already a short skirt. She now sat down inside her car. The skirt now went up. I can't see the whole thigh. Hey, God. Until I date this girl, my body no rest. So what I tell guys is, was that behavior of mine, was it abnormal? No. It is normal, even biblical, for men to be tempted and for men to fall. So what lesson do you learn from David and Bathsheba, Samson and Delilah, Xerxes and Esther? What lesson do you learn? I think even if this Bible na lie, they right put there, at least there are some lessons a man can learn, and that is understand that he is weak in the flesh. Why do you think they will tell a gynecologist to have a nurse present when he's examining a woman? Because again, you don't open the woman, you don't see her lap, you don't see her leg, you don't see her quick. How many doctors don't put bala inside as they just see him like this, but they don't fit your whole body again. You go to talk, say day easy until Beyonce open leg. Say she get one small boy for the side of her quick, she can't open her leg. But problem don't start to.
Yes. Well, when she went to the guy's house to offer her condolence, she still wasn't expecting that.
Why?
You know?
Why was she not expecting it?
Why would she be expecting that? Hold on, please. Why would she be expecting that?
Because I've explained to you that every man in your life, unless he finds you ugly.
Are they useless? All men are not useless.
This is the argument women always have, and that's why they get disappointed.
I want to say something.
Okay, can I? Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, a lot of women, they feel they know men better.
Thank you.
So wrong. That is why I like to listen to men when they speak. I listen to them, and I want to be logical. You know, women will say, "Oh, I prefer a male to be my best friend, to be my bestie, than female." Then tomorrow, when that your bestie, you guys are locked in one room, she is sleeping and his hand is moving all over your body. Then you'll be shocked, be like, why are you doing this? He's a man. You are not his sister. If you are locked in the same room, something must happen, except you say, no, I don't want it. So we need to understand women. We need to understand that men are wired differently. We are not men. They are wired differently. So we cannot say men should be my bestie, you know. It's so wrong. You know, you might say, oh, it's different, he cannot do this. It's a lie. He will someday.
You know why I'm still asking my questions? It's because of the context as which what happened, right? It wasn't like, okay, I'm going to see my friend who is a guy, or can I come upstairs? It was somebody who just felt for a fellow friend that lost the dad, going there innocently to offer her condolence. I'm not saying some men will not be men. I'm not saying that I know better what men think. No, that's not my point.
I want to correct you. You
I'm
said she
talking
went there
about
innocently. She carried Bobby Park for outside, say she go there innocently.
No, Daddy Freeze. At the time she was telling us the story, that's how she was dressed. She didn't say she was just coming from the guy's house.
Now, somebody that dresses like that, how do you think she dressed when she went to see the guy? You think she wore black and ububu? No be normal Gen Z, we get Gen Z brain. Continue your story though. I just want you to remove that innocent part.
But that's how I think. That's my 2 cents. That's what I think about it. That's
You
how
see,
I see
you
it.
see, I don't. Would I support bad behavior? Absolutely no. As a married man, no woman can come and visit me in my house and God forbid I have nothing to mourn and I'll start feeling aroused because I'm a married man and I have a wife. But if I were a single guy, Papa, even me self go dey look for wetin I fit do to comot this problem from my mind. And a woman offering herself or seemingly bringing herself along is a very good sounding offer.
I'm listening.
Just my thought.
Oops.
Yeah, if I'm with you, I'm just having a quick chat here. But I do have an opinion. Timmy,
Okay, go ahead.
lay that up. So, well, women, again, I just want to let you guys know this. And this has nothing to do with being disciplined or not being useless. See, once a man is not your father or biological brother, which that too is qualified, he can make a move on you. So now, one thing is we have to avoid proximity. For instance, you want to go greet a man in the house. It's not for any reason at all. Let's even be say if no be that person by himself, he sit there with you, and you pass and you look good. The man just feel like say, okay, well, I mean, at this point, this is how I feel, and I'm not saying this to justify because I know you guys will be looking at it like, why am I sounding like this? And you cannot. Going back to what DF said about keeping male friends, there is no way man has your best interest at heart. That man is waiting somewhere for something to happen so he can get a chance. Mm-hmm. Some of them are quick to, shoulder to cry or lean on during hard times. It's another opportunity to slide in. Whether the man was grieving or not, no worries. He knows he wanted the girl. Maybe the whole environment or maybe it wasn't a possibility for him to even ask her out. But at the compromising time, it's okay to do it. And the man made move. I mean, she said no. Well, no is a no. It's okay because it's no be saying a crazy guy where they do the hard time. So, but the thing is, any man other than your father or your brother that understands is your brother can make a move on you. So you don't allow it to happen. For instance, girls are going on holiday or girls trips only. And now one out of those girls, let's say 7 girls, will allow one guy. That guy will bench all of them around if care is not taken. Because it's available and he presents maybe a little bit tipsy or somebody at that point in time said don't they bench stand for a minute. So you must see you must understand that the thing is not about whether you are responsible or not. It's just what happens. Men are just men.
You
If
see,
person allows, maybe they
Wale,
sleep.
Wale, 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 Wale. When Christians tell you Christianity is a way of life, I laugh. Christianity is not a way of life. Islam is more of a way of life than Christianity. Because Islam takes this into consideration. Islam understands that a man has needs, and Islam tries to give you a if not Quran hadith backed up how do I put it, modus or model for behavior around the opposite gender.
But when we're observing Ramadan, that is like holiest month in Islam, and that you should stay away from, even food. In Surah Al-Baqarah, it did say that indeed women are your cover, like your covering clothes. You are permitted to have, intercourse with them during this month. So now the only thing is there are conditions. So what else can vitiate or can, spoil your fasting other than intercourse? Is because Islam understands that if you need it, you need it. We cannot, for instance, I see my daughter is 7. I'm now instilling some things in them about your brother cannot be in the bathroom while you are there. They are looking at it like they don't understand, but I'm just making sure that is standing because we don't want to see the creation, the way God did it, man and woman. The thing is different. The thing is different. Me, I can be hungry, like hunger, bad hunger. They wire me. I go see big something where I like where they, Papa, I go see best because I don't hunger no matter at that point in time.
At that point,
Yeah. So we must see beyond that. Oh yeah. Okay, now you present correct meal. Woman way straight, where everything do alright. You present what do you think say me at the thing? You don't present yourself for me for show or for display. And they look say I have to chop now. Well, of course I can control myself when it comes to okay, well, no is a no because you understand that after that time out it's gonna be a problem and there's gonna be consequences. But other than that, if it goes, the only way out is to just avoid it. But don't say because you're coming. I just gave you a life experience. This I was dating my own wife. My own wife at that time, she lost her dad. I traveled 2 hours talking to her on the phone. Now, man came on, everything will be fine. After the whole consoling for the evening thing, I still been sent out. I been even when I reach house now, I even say she still abused me when we saw that video. Say, you see, so don't let's overflog it. It has nothing to do with discipline. It has nothing to do with self-control. It's just the way men are. And of course, I'm gonna tell you one thing. You think men are like this? There are women too who are very, very, very in tune with this kind of thing. That when they want it, they want it. And because you guys are always holding back and trying to act like we don't want to be judged, we don't want them to say things about us, maybe we're the one making the first move. And I think this one is African women alone. You can feel the same way. Me, I be telling my own boys, the girl where you they look that you're admiring, she's also admiring you. She's only holding back because she's African, she doesn't want to be judged. So the same thing applies with the regular feeling of say I won't bench. So we must be able to understand that if any man no be your own blood, they don't deal within there's a thing, restriction and consanguinity, they will make move on you. And I mean I don't think for me I don't think it's a crime or a sin.
I wanted to say something.
Go ahead, my darling.
Yeah, well, back in Nigeria, so I don't want to disclose the church, but this church is a very holy, holy church. So there is this guy, from Unilag, he's a very, he's a pastor, this pastor of a thing. But the guy fell. He fell. In fact, what made us find out about the stuff is that the lady got pregnant. That was how we found out. So if the lady was not even pregnant, we wouldn't have known that. So this guy was even be doing, he was even fornicating. You understand? So the lady he did the stuff with, she was trying to write like a post jam and come into the lag. So the lady goes to this pastor's place for lecturing. From lecturing, it happened. Not one, not twice. And at the end of the pregnancy came in, and that was at the church finder. And they had to allow the guy step down. So that's why some churches, if you're in a courtship, they will tell you if you are going to visit the guy, you must go with somebody, you must go with a friend. Because they know that even pastors are falling. So it's just the flesh. You understand? Anybody can fall. You understand? This is not your sister, this is not your blood. This is just, so anybody can fall. So women feel that I'm different, it's not gonna do this to me. It's a lie. You're telling yourself lie.
You
You
are
need to come to
overestimating
reality.
yourself. You are giving yourself too
Yeah.
much credit.
Yeah, you need to come to reality like anything can happen with this person, either a pastor, either it
Doctor.
doesn't matter your status.
Baba, make I give you this thing. When we did university, there was this dude. He was a medical student in my hostel then, and there was this girl. I can't remember her course, but the girl was more of a sociable, jai kind of girl. The medical student is average. They were good. Now, something happened between them. There was this other guy, a pastor, all these student pastors then. As a matter of fact, that dude was a V. He hadn't had nothing with no woman on earth at that time. So the girl was always going to him like, okay, to seek advice, to stay strong, because the other dude had issues. That's the medical student. If it was an interval of a semester, dude, there is a pastor that had nothing to do with women before and was straight. And that dude, the pastor one was in my own faculty, was in law. I started benching auntie of the world. And at the point in time, the hostel people were like, what's going on here? We know the boyfriend, I was kidding me. Because, I said, bros, you know they do this. And he told me that day, I didn't do it openly to embarrass him. I think we were fetching water. I said, oh, boy, what's going on with you and so lady? Then he told me, he said, Baba, he said it, okay, let me say in English. Is don't get near it, is don't be near it, is don't do it. Once you are near it, you will do it. For him, I was like, wow. Someone like you, pastor, somebody that will speak in tongues and do all those things. Look, women, nobody will let you go if it's not your brother or father. Cousin himself will still, he will think and say, okay, I won't bench. But some of the times I know they hear. Best friend, I want to confide in this, I want to confide in that. And he's a man with no wife. Even if he has wife, he will still make moves. Because the thing between a man inserting his stuff in the pig, now like few minutes and the miracle will go happen afterwards. Even if they bring another Biafra word, the man will finish before he go say he will stand up. So you must know that at that point in time he doesn't hear nothing, doesn't know nothing. And I'm not talking about an animal that will do, the forcing himself thing. But once the atmosphere right, you go bench. You're going to talk, say, I thought we were friends, waiting concern and concern all that. But the best is stay away. Do not be in compromising situation. Don't think because he's looking at you, he's not looking at you differently from any other person. If he's not your brother, saying this one. We don't see how many times. Am I still here?
Yeah, you are here. We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we have a lot of great peace now. Some men do it forcefully, Even when the lady doesn't give consent, they grape them. So that's why it must not be in a compromising situation.
See, look at this. There's a word. Let's go. Now let's not talk about the grown adult part. Let's talk about young people. Look at this situation. You are talking to a girl, not even to start a relationship, but just as friends. The first visit to your own place as a young man, she looks all spicy and like chewable. And you are not expecting him to make moves. For me, I'm not seeing you as not knowing that that's the right thing to do, but I'm seeing you like as somebody who is a teaser. A teaser is somebody who would invite you to come and eat, they will pull the bowl away. Because there's no way, see, I don't know how best can I, there's no way a man will want to make move. Sometimes there's a word DF, I don't know if you can interpret this in English. There's this saying that Oboko Okoro. That's how men feel.
That's a very nonsense, you
present yourself in a way that you can be chopped.
Say no quick. It's sour.
Man does not desire to chop. Sir.
I did hail you name. That language need they a bit harsh.
But that's the truth now. I don't think it get where we say. Yeah, let me say this. I don't be trying to be in touch with my friends' wives. There's a principle behind that. Number one principle is I don't need you to use me as a means to trail your husband when boys are doing boys, right? And two, I don't want to be involved in your personal stuff except it's going out of hand that we have to step in. I don't want to be all that talking little talks, seeing my stuff going on. Now it's a principle. But the bottom line is I don't want to have a situation to ever have to be in that position where you want to cry to and I have to be judgmental towards my friend. And guess what, DF, I seen something in recent time that our friend's wife had a problem with her husband, and within the circle of friends too, the weakest of us, the one that you would not have even thought about, became a confidant. Boom, they started gangstering. But look at that. The one that is like, it's not of any consequence, not like extremely flashy, it's not like there's too much money, but strategically the woman picked her out of the park and said this one is very naive and started crying and be saying things about what our friend does to her, to him. Then all of a sudden, he became the consoler. All of a sudden,
Consular General. The Consular General.
You guys must try to please. In as much as we are looking at, okay, men, but you must understand that you people, you not too, because the men do. If one can't do condolence greeting, he did okay. As you did now, just wear something free without your cuff showing. Hello, brother Josiah. Hello, bye. See you later.
This meat with this boss serve me sweet, sha.
But sorry, my brother, you're trying to blame the woman. No.
I'm not blaming her.
Because you say women are the custodian.
No, I'm saying that if you understand me well, I'm not blaming her. I'm saying that there is limits to which we do things. You know that dude cannot make moves on her if he was in the group of people. If she was seated in the living room with other people that are coming to, condole with him. She has showed her face. She's there. She's already signed the register to show I'm condoling with you on this passing of your dad, but you were there, seated beside him, like literally beside him. Enough for him to put his shoulder. Enough for him to want to drag your, brass strings. I mean, come on.
Ofuri, over to you. This pomo where the chop, the pepper just balance my life. As Chichi Obama will say, if Daddy Freeze finishes this food, the life will end. So I just put the food down small. With this cold.
No, you just eat pepper finish.
Wale, you go understand this. Number no yin kon lata. One yin pomo yen lata.
Your birthday cow, you see the job.
My wife killed another cow for her office.
Okay.
DJ began to laugh me, say at 4 a.m. You see, let me tell you something, waiting will really make this pomo sweet na beer. As I not drink beer this night, just thank God. Say na only pomo I chop.
Well,
one girl wants to come.
okay, let me go.
No, wait
No,
there.
no. Let me go.
All right, my sister, please press X, darling. Okay.
I say me we don't trust any man who say no man gets self-control.
Who said that?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Daddy Freeze.
I didn't say that.
Wale, you oversaid it.
No, I'm telling you that. Okay.
Let me help Wale. Trust any man at your own risk.
That's it.
But you know what Wale is saying, that GF, why I like him, he's saying the truth. You know, I'm going to use myself as an example. When I first came to Canada, I dated this guy, this elderly man. So when I dated him, we're like together like for long, even though I knew he was married. But the wife.
So you dated a married man openly?
GF, I know that's what I'm going to say. Daddy, please like saying that to me. So now, you know, the relationship was very smooth. It was going very well. But, you know, when someone starts, like, you know that this thing may not lead to anywhere, but you want to tie me down. Probably don't have friends, don't do this. So the things start becoming toxic. You know, when you see someone every day and you're not husband and wife, even the age group is different. No matter what you benefit from the person, it starts becoming a fight. So the thing becomes on and off and on and off, on and off. And one day, it was like Mother's Day. I think that the priest have briefed you a little about this. He came. He says that, oh, Mother's Day last year I took you for breakfast. This year I'm taking you for dinner. I said, Dan, the last Mother's Day I was your girlfriend. This Mother's Day I'm nothing. I'm just like a common friend that you can just talk to. You don't have to stress yourself a lot about it. Cut the story short, we still went for the Mother's Day. After the Mother's Day, he came inside my place. He was sitting on the chair. I went inside my study table. I was talking with a friend. By the time I finished from my den, I come out. He was lying on my bed. But I was stupid enough to trust. You see that thing you're talking about, my brother, that because you know this person, you feel like, okay, I know you now, you can't do anything. If I say no, if you try anything when I'm around you, I will change it and you listen to me without knowing that the wheels will turn around that day. So when I finished showering, I entered the bed. I'm like, even if I go inside this same bed I'm lying on, that you will wake up and
malt, non-alcoholic. As TikTok, they see me, they drink this thing. They don't put restriction, non-alcoholic malt.
So when I said to him, I said myself that because I know him that if he's sleeping, and then it's around that time, by the time you open, you start remembering he has kids who need to leave because he stays with the kids here while their mom is in Nigeria. But that particular night, it was nothing like that. He forced himself and left me lifeless. I swear. Even when you say no, he continued. You could see blood was coming out. He continued.
BLOOD.
Yeah. You know? So people, you are very right, but people just don't listen. You know, this thing traumatized me to an extent
but from your story, you said you guys have gone out before.
Yeah, just because if I went out with you, it doesn't mean that you can always have your way with me.
They weren't dating at the time. That's what she meant.
No, they dated before.
Yeah.
But they weren't dating again. Let me quickly say something. Do you know why men will wake up, someone they dated, they had a good thing going. That's even someone they dated. Somebody they have not dated, but they were good. You know that person trusts you already. That person listens to what you say, whatever kind of advice you give. And now, that person is in a vulnerable situation.
Yeah.
They want to be there at that moment.
Especially when they see you succeeding. You probably came, she's now in a big apartment.
They want to be
she's
there.
Now working 2 jobs.
Skill.
So who is the man behind
you allow him into your house when you know you guys are not?
That's the thing that this brother is talking about.
What does that say now?
That's what I just said now. He's talking about the trust, my sister.
Because no, and some people don't even see it. What's your name again, my sister?
Confidence, or you can call me Pato.
There's another thing about women talking about. No, the same. No, it's okay. It's okay. Me, I cannot let you. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to sound that like that, but indeed is true. My wife cannot have no male friend that I do. There's no way.
It's true.
And my brother-in-law, why he's talking to my wife more than he should be talking to his own wife. Not because I have a complex or anything. And I know, of course, they are everybody's grown, but I'm just saying that you must be able to separate these things. If you do not, you don't want to see anyhow, no anyhow.
And if we have a question,
our African.
Sorry, let's go back to you. Sorry, I want to go and wash my hand.
Women say it's very wrong.
I went to go and wash my hand. Hold on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the only part I blame the guy for is when you said no and he continued. How can you allow a man to sleep on your bed, married or single? You understand what I'm telling you? You have created the opportunity for him to forbolo. I don't know how to talk for English. You have created the opportunity for him to make unnecessary demands. If you had gone to his house at that restaurant, he could not have done that to you. Sometimes,
yes,
when you see that the guy is behaving a type of way, don't even allow him to drop you home, because on the way home he can branch inside bush. Take a cab.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Take a cab. Now, there's also the Okafor's law. When you have dated a guy before, a guy that has dated you before, that has gone there before, believes that he has access to that place.
And that's like 70 to 30.
You understand?
Yes.
That is why any man that has ever dated your wife before cannot be her friend.
I don't know.
Any man that has ever, this is my first boyfriend. Because even if they broke up and they beat themselves 10 years ago, the two of them have grown and evolved, and there would have been something that joined the two of them together. that the guy could raise and the girl could find as fun. That's what they call Okafor's law. Okafor's law does not mean force you. But you see, some men
Yes,
take
now.
Okafor's law literally.
Yeah, that's what the guy said at first. He says that the normal way that he used to enter it, that day he entered it and suddenly it has turned to R. That's what he answered and said.
Now,
He said,
now
normal way I
there's
used to
another
do it
lesson we
in my
need to
phone.
learn there. All of you that leave your husbands in Nigeria and go abroad, or you are in Nigeria and you send your husbands abroad. I'm not talking to 10% of you or 80% of you. I'm talking to 100% of you. At best, you don't know what your man is doing. Second best, he's hiding it so perfectly. You understand? If you leave a man for 6 months, unless you marry Okobo,
It's a gunner.
is a gunner. Me, as I did like this, they leave me for 6 months. That problem. Problem. And the difference between me and your brother and your regular man is me, I know is a problem. So whatever I have to, I avoid it. But your brother or your friend or your husband thinks he's in control until he hits him after the 3rd month. And then somebody throws, unless you see what some men can never understand. If you marry a poor, ugly man that has no ginger, there's nothing he's doing. It is. But you see, man we fine or man we get money, they know they leave am. Even if he were, he can throw around $10,000. Hey, you understand? Let me take you shopping. The moment he can do that, he becomes attractive to a girl that's also dealing with Canada cold.
Oh, but it was summer, so I was not feeling cold.
No, I'm not using your.
You're very honest.
I'm not using your. I was not using your scenario specifically. I was just suggesting. Now, Ofri, go ahead. You wanted to say something.
Yes, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So why is it that I mean this in an honest way? You know, somebody we've talked about this before. Somebody
Wale, mute.
Can you mute, please?
Sorry, I did.
Okay. So when a lady gets married, right? Her ordinary friends that are guys, I'm saying there was no strings attached, just pure friendship. Why do they always cut off that relationship and just not continue with it anymore? I mean, with friendship. Why?
Sorry, ask that again. Say that again.
Okay, so you just have male friends. It's not because you guys are going out or admiring each other. That's not it. They are just there. I'm asking, why is it that when the lady gets married, they no longer keep in touch? They just leave a clean slate and they just leave?
Because you are now married, remember. So why are you supposed to still have other partners? It's not even only by marriage. You are in a relationship as a lady. I don't think having extended male friends can help your relationship in any manner. It cannot also help the peace of your home as well. Because the same way we as women are jealous, the same way men too are humans can be jealous. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. I wanted to know that the Freeze's opinion on that. I have a reason why I'm asking.
You see, when you have a man friend, the man friend has hope, or the boyfriend, or the friend generally has hope that one day, confidence will open and give me. One day, forget it. Even if it's your pastor, whatever it is, he just nurses that. The moment you get married, you have killed that dream. You understand?
Okay, all of them go power.
So you don't realize, say, no more hope. That's on the one side. Then on the other side, there are some people who imagine it, like for instance, now I wouldn't want my wife to have a male friend. You understand? So if I were your friend, confidence, every day I used to come to your house to eat dinner. Whether I want knack or not, that one no day inside the equation. But I shall they come your house every day, come chop. Every evening, I will come your house, come because you sabi cook. So I they come your house, come eat. The moment you get married, because I know that I don't want my wife to have male friends, I will step away from you.
Yes.
You understand? Not underlying. A man will sleep with any girl that is, listen, just as women are emotional, let me now tell you how men are. I don't find Ofre attractive, but she's very intelligent. And I find that when I have conversations with her, she's able to relate with me on a plane most women can't. Before you know her, she becomes attractive sexually. Men can transfer a woman giving them comfort to bench. A woman who knows how to cook and feeds them to bench. You see, there's that first one. I've seen this girl, she get big ikebe. I want this. But then there's the more subtle one. There was a time in my life, there was one particular girl. I talk say I no fit bench that girl. I not be saying I no even talk am. I no find them attractive at all. She was not my spec remotely. She wasn't ugly, but she had a big, I don't know, you know those people will get wide smile, we their mouth can be like dog mouth. Don't be say she whoa, but she just had a very wide smile. You understand? So that alone put me off. Omo, we now started gisting a lot, blah blah blah, a lot. And she never came on to me directly. She maintained respect, I maintained respect. And that's the most dangerous because you now think you are in control. Omo, the day he hook me like this, I no believe him. I no believe him. It came from nowhere. And that ended in a relationship that it took me almost a year to tear myself out of. And then I now ruined that friendship because you can't just be on a level with a woman, then move away, and then you think the woman will forgive you.
Never.
She get what I tell you. So, so I don't have women friends. I have women in the Free Nation that we do Free Nation things, and I try to keep them like that. Not because I have some type of way towards them, but because of the possibility that may arise. Sometimes
To avoid the story that touch.
you protect yourself not from the situation, but from a possibility. Especially as a man, we don't get experience, we don't get wisdom. You protect yourself from certain. I can talk to you on the phone, I can plan with you, I can do events with you. But that me and you go sit down, they do physical meeting regularly. I, I and in all fairness, it has saved me. It has saved me. Because you go think say you didn't control, you go think say you didn't control until you enter the trouble. Yeah. And white man don't talk one thing. He say prevention is better than cure.
Better than cure, Ben.
So anything you can do to prevent a certain circumstance is better than you trying to cure that circumstance. Did I answer your question well?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
For it, so you see, say it's not about not having self-control.
It's not about self-control.
So I was just only talking based off the context of what has happened. That's where I was coming from. She just went there to offer a condolence, and it shouldn't have led to that. But what you guys have made me understood is that men will be men, and they don't have self-control.
Like even on my own situation, he still says that it's normal thing that he has done it before. And you know this one, he's like a typical like all those village men, right? With money. So he feels like that's how it's supposed to be. Nothing could have happened. Even when he heard that this girl got traumatized, now she has drank poison, she's in the hospital. 911 just picked her up. He called his other girlfriend to get him a flight ticket, and he flew the country. And then after like 5-7 days, he wants to come back to the country. He was arrested at the airport. Ignorance.
Because of this?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, you reported him.
No, because I committed suicide. So, they will start saying you are a harm to yourself.
And they will see why.
They will start testing. They want to know the main reasons why you did that.
So where is he now? Where is the man now?
I think because he tried reaching out to me via this other Nigerian lady. So that is a breach of bail conditions. So I don't know if they have picked him again or if what is happening, because there's this Nigerian Igbo lady from his place. She started calling me, bringing up that they want to bribe me $50,000. They can pay $30,000.
So you can drop charges?
Yes, that if I can get a lawyer, they will pay for the lawyer and all that and all that. But the first day that she called me, I panicked and I sensed it, and I did some recordings and I reported immediately because I had to drop the victim impact form and I wanted to leave Hamilton to Toronto. So I had to let them know what's happening before she now did all that. So, she made me come to one location, and I got to that location and the man was there. So I sensed it that probably this is like a setup. They want to change it like into like changing the setup of the case into my own side. So I had to be on the safer side first.
No, they all just wanted to have you do is drop the charges. But DF, you see, yesterday I had this thing I wanted to say about us. We always talking about Nigerians are the smartest people, smartest Africans. I'm sorry. I don't think. I have a different feeling about that. We are not that smart, anyways. We are just used to, surviving in hard conditions. Maybe say we are resilient. Because see, somebody was told not to do something, and he knows the consequence of it. At that minute, he went ahead. You want to make a reparation by trying to get someone to pay someone off. How is that smart? Knowing that this is a place whereby at the end of the day you get a record. But that's not the point. The point is, I'm sorry you have to go through that. But women should learn that. Don't be saying it will happen, and the person may face the consequences. Perhaps if it's the hard type, like the forceful type. But do not say, "Oh, he's my friend. He's nothing. He's nobody. He cannot do something. He can do anything. He's a man. He doesn't. He doesn't like you because except he's your brother. I will say it again, or your father. Any male human other than these two, they can bench you. No worry. They will do it if the opportunity presents itself. And you must understand that. See, I never really kept anybody. I always say I don't even have a male best friend, not talk of a female best friend. What exactly do you want to be consoling? Do you want to be confiding in someone for other than your own wife or your partner or your, someone you are in that level? Now, you have made a very valid point. Do you know somebody that didn't look attractive to you initially? can begin to look attractive after spending time together. After, talking, they can tickle your fancy from, the intelligent part, and you begin to look and say, okay, wow. And you go begin, the same person that wasn't attractive to you, you go say, wow, wow. And guess what? The whole thing is about the LUST. Because as soon as you feel like that and they get close, you guys finish, you go realize, okay, no be say you can find anyways. But the thing will still bring you back the next time. So we must know that there must be boundaries. Nobody on earth no be fall for say me then get one year. This my wife. Hey, Fahima, what is all this? My ex-girlfriend had issue with her husband. I didn't know, but she was always calling, and I was willing to just talk to her because friends are friends, anyways. And she told me my wife was lying right beside me. She told me she needed a charger because we live in the same states, different cities, but maybe less than 15 minutes drive. And she wanted to come get a charger. But me, innocently, I was like, okay, charger, okay, there's charger in the car, there's charger in the house. Then you know what my wife said? My wife said, charger, she will, you running, there's no way. And I'm telling you, this is a true life story. No way. What kind of charger is that? There is Fahima. You guys are interrupting me. So I gave in because I didn't want to. Of course, if you asked me to pick between my wife and my ex-girlfriend, I said, but she only needed a charger. But there's nothing wrong with her. So I let it go. But many years after, I started to think about that. Truly, really, if she's coming to get the charger, if it was alone, that's somebody I dated before, that she has problems with her husband. Of course, me and Wan Gbensh a married woman, no matter what happens, no matter what on earth. But this guy would not give me good at some point in time. I can remember one of those good times, right? Now it's gonna be a problem. I've entered it. Now that's on the man's side, not to talk of women. Do you know men are always ready, like
24 hours.
They are ready. Not to talk about somebody who is trying to, just comfort herself and thinks, okay, the right person to do it is probably somebody she had dated before. So we must understand that we cannot say, oh, I'm saying it again. If it's not your father, your brother who is of capacity. Capacity means somebody who understands that you cannot be taught because you belong in, within that definition of restriction and concern. Wait. Other than that, they are potential benchers for you.
Anyway, guys, make me I go sleep. The G's no they ever end, and the G's they always they sweet. Thank you all. Confidence. Thank you very much. Offering.
It's okay.
Thank you very much. Wale.
Yeah.
God bless you. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll have a political conversation. Good night, everyone.
Good night.